All right, welcome back to the show. It's Wolf and Luke on a football Friday, getting ready for Cardinals Seahawks this weekend. And I do believe the Cardinals general manager, Monti Ossenfort, is joining us right now on the Arizona Sports Line. Monti, thank you so much for doing this morning. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. Good to hear from you. Hope you guys are doing good today.
Yeah.
Hanging in there, Monti. Thank you, buddy.
Awesome.
You know what? Let's start with the win over Dallas on Monday and just your reaction to that and what, a win like that, Monday Night Football, coming out of the bye, all the context leading into that game, to do it on that stage, what that does for your team.
Yeah, guys. I mean, it was crazy going into that game. It's rare that you have a bye week and then you don't play until Monday. And so, leading into that game, it felt like we hadn't played in forever. And so, and then you get the added benefit of a Monday night and what that brings. And you're down there on the field pregame and you see all the pomp and circumstance, and in Dallas, Texas Stadium, AT&T Stadium. I'm sorry, and it's just a special environment. That's a cool environment to be a part of, and then to have that challenge of going up against the Cowboys, and really to see our guys answer the bell and really to have our most complete game, all three phases, and to see how the offense took care of things. The defense closed it out. Special teams made some big plays. And so, that was a big win for us, just to, we'd been on a bad streak there. We had been close and just weren't able to get over the hump. And so just to do that and to give ourselves a little bit of a boost here going forward, that was huge. And to do it on Monday night was even more special.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it, Monti. It was incredible. Jacoby Brissett obviously played great again. What is the future of Kyler Murray as an Arizona Cardinal?
Yeah, Wolf, Kyler right now he's in the building. He's working hard. He's doing everything he can to get himself healthy. That's where his focus is. That's completely where his focus is, and really going to do everything we can to get him in a good spot to help us out come later in the season once he's completely healthy.
Why, in your mind, Monti, we're talking to Monti Ossenfort, has the offense looked so efficient with Jacoby Brissett the last 3 games?
Well, I think with anything on any unit and really for offense, it's all 11 guys competing and performing their jobs at a high level. And so, there's the last few weeks we found a little bit of a stride. Jacoby's been a big part of that. We've had other guys step up and fill roles, and I think we've put guys in good positions to make plays, and we've been able to do that. And so we're going to continue to do that. It's been fun to see. It's been fun to watch. Jacoby's a professional. He's played in the league for a long time. He's been in this position before. And so it's been fun to see, and hopefully we can keep it going this weekend up in Seattle.
Monti, do you think that Kyler Murray will get healthy at some point in time before the season is over?
I do, Wolf. I do. He is completely focused on doing that. He is working. He's doing everything he can that his injury allows him to do right now. I do see him coming back and being healthy this year.
Does that then put him back into the number 1 spot, or how much of that, is riding on the next few games with Jacoby?
Yeah, guys, that's 4 weeks. When we put a guy on IR, that's 4 weeks away. And so, a lot of things can happen between now and then. I think Jacoby is certainly, he's done a great job of leading our offense, and we're expecting more of the same moving forward. But, Jacoby's put himself in a good spot for where we're going offensively. And, when Kyler gets healthy, that's right now we know he's going to be missing 4 weeks, and we'll assess when we get to that point.
Man, I saw you up in the booth, as I imagined you, I should say, once Walter Nolen went out and started wrecking everybody. I imagined you skipping around your suite, watching you go out there and play. Talk about
Wolf, I don't think anybody needs to see me skipping, okay?
I just thought you might be doing the little hop up there.
Wolf was skipping.
Just with all, Walter Nolen. Are you kidding me? What did you see from this guy?
Well, Wolf, it's been a long time coming, and Walt. Nobody's worked harder than Walt, and just it was unfortunate what happened to him before training camp, and nobody wanted to be out there more playing than Walt. Walt, he loves playing football, and so the work that he's put in here the last couple months, was just killing him not to be out there, and we could just see it. It was building the last couple weeks in practice, and we saw it in practice, but you never quite know. You don't know until until, we evaluate him in Ole Miss and we think we know what we're getting as a player. And then, you see him in practice those couple of weeks. Wow, he doesn't look like he's missed much, but you don't know until he's out there. And just to see him play out there with the tenacity, the competitiveness, to do the things that we feel he's capable of doing, and then to see him have some success, it was great. So, it was a great start for Walt. We're expecting more of the same. Like, the challenge is just going to continue to get bigger for him, but to see him go out there and make some plays in his first time out there, that was really cool to see.
Talking to Monti Ossenfort, Monti, your defense as a whole in that game, on the road against that team, to play as well as they did with how good the Cowboys offense has been this year. And I know you're going to face some injuries here coming up against Seattle, it sounds like, but when your defense can play at that level, what does that do for everybody, including the offense, as far as keeping you in or giving you a chance to win all these games?
Yeah, I think that's important especially when it comes to when you're talking about complementary football, Luke. I mean, not only just holding the score down, that's a huge part of it, obviously, but taking the ball away and giving the ball back to the offense on short fields, or giving them extra possessions. I mean, that's huge. And so for our defense to be able to create negative plays, to create turnovers, to keep them out of the end zone a couple times on those fourth downs in the red zone, I mean, that's huge, and it gives a boost to them. It gives a boost to our offense, and so I think that's important. That's going to be important as we move forward here. But it was good to see. That was a huge test for them on Monday night. And like you said, Dallas is an explosive offense, can attack you on all three levels. So that was a huge challenge, and they stepped up and answered the bell this past Monday night.
Monti, what are your thoughts on Marvin Harrison Jr. and his progression in year two?
Well, I mean, I think we've seen that back in the spring, and it's just continued to grow as we've gone through here training camp in the season. And I know, people always don't see it in the stats numbers, and I know fantasy and all that fantasy numbers, and it's not always there. But Marv demands attention. Marv has always demanded attention since he's been here, and it's continued to grow. And so, the ball doesn't always find Marv, and that's how it goes. There's 10 other guys that are out there on offense, and for whatever reason, the ball might not find him, but when Marv has consistently done his job, and he's going to continue to do so. And so to see him when the ball's found him a little bit more here these last couple of weeks, and especially last week, and Marv's made the plays. And so Marv's a good player. Marv's always been a good player. Marv's going to continue to make big plays for us, and it's fun to see that actually come to fruition with production. But he, even when the ball hasn't found him, he's been a big part of what we're trying to do offensively.
Talking to Monti Ossenfort. Monti, another cool part of that game on Monday was a lot of rookies stepped up and made plays for you guys. Besides just Walter Nolen, Will Johnson, Cody Simon, Denzel Burke. It sounds like Cody Simon is going to have the green dot on Sunday. Can you just kind of describe to us what kind of challenge that is for a rookie to step into that role?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was great to see all those rookies out there, and I mean, it's a tribute to those guys. Some of those guys have played more than others, and then some of those guys, haven't had the opportunities, and then you just see Cody step up in his first extended run on defense and make a couple big plays, including that turnover. That was really cool. And so, he's going to have big shoes to fill this week. That wearing that green dot, you're the quarterback of the defense, but that's one of the big things that attracted us to Cody coming out of Ohio State, is his ability to handle that. So I know he'll be ready for that challenge. It's been great to see all of our rookies. Just it's a tribute to them, just what they've done since they've gotten here. The staff, whether it's the medical staff or the coaches, the time they put into them. But really, it's a tribute to those players when they get those opportunities to go out there and make plays.
So, Monti, I thought maybe you were going to make a move at the deadline for a running back. That did not happen. So, how confident are you in this running back room going forward?
Well, I think as you saw the other night, I thought Bam and Amari both went out there and made plays. We're confident that we're going to get Trey Benson back here at some point as soon as his health allows. But I think we're confident in the guys that we have. And so with the trade deadline, I mean, there's always discussions. There's discussions for adding players or moving players, and those this year was no different. Just wasn't a situation where anything showed itself that made sense for us to make a transition transaction. But, we're excited. I mean, Bam Knight has come on. Amari, the way he's responded the last week, both running the ball and making smart plays with the ball, like that was great to see. So, we're excited about giving those guys more opportunities. We got Mike Carter there, who's also made a lot of plays for us the last couple of years. So we feel like we got some depth. We've taken some injuries there, but, the guys that we have, we think have answered the bell and they're going to continue to have more opportunities here over the rest of the season.
Well,
Monty, thank you.
Yeah,
man.
we really appreciate this today. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, guys. Appreciate it, and looking forward to the challenge. Going to be a good one up in Seattle this weekend.
Yeah, sounds good. Looking forward to it. Thank you. That's Cardinals.
Thanks, guys.
Yep, that's
Thanks,
Cardinals General Manager Monti Ossenfort joining us right there on the Arizona Sports Line.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.